Hello everyone, welcome back to Coastal Living. Please welcome Joan Garland of the Port Aransas Tourism Bureau. I already asked, no relation to Judy Garland, but still very cool. Thank you for joining us, Joan.
Thank you, thanks for having me.
All right, so tell us, what makes Texas and the Coastal Bend so special to whooping cranes?
Well, this is the only place in the world where people have the opportunity to see the last naturally occurring population of whooping cranes. People come from all over the world just to have a chance to come here to see whooping cranes. So this is literally the only place that you can see them.
That's so interesting.
Yep.
And I was telling you earlier, I think some people who are from here either take it for granted or have no clue that we're very well known for bird watching, right?
Oh, absolutely, yes. We have people that come to our festival from Australia, Japan, Germany, the UK, you name it, just to come here to the Coastal Bend to see these incredible birds.
Amazing. And is that a baby one?
That was, yes, that was the chick, and then that's an adult with their chick.
How cute.
Yep.
She's like, put your food right here, sweetheart. And so it's my understanding that they were near extinction recently. Tell me about that.
That's correct. Back in the 1940s, there were only 21 whooping cranes left.
Really?
So the fact that we still have them here today is just incredible, and another reason to celebrate, the whooping cranes and this festival.
Absolutely, and we see plenty of them now. How are they doing? Do we have
now
numbers?
Their population, they're still endangered. In fact, they are right now one of the most endangered birds in the world, but their population is starting to slowly increase. Thanks to the Endangered Species Act, the Migratory Bird Treaty Act, right now there's about 650 in the wild, and 500 of them are here in Texas.
No way.
So yeah, so this, like I said, is the only place where the naturally occurring population comes. The other 150 that I'd mentioned, they are part of a reintroduced flock, one that's in Louisiana and one that migrates between Wisconsin and Florida.
Very interesting.
Yes.
Cool. So all the more reason to be aware of, litter and picking up things that you see around, because those are some of the things that can harm
Absolutely.
and continue the endangerment of whooping cranes.
Yes.
So we got something to brag about next time we go out of town. Be like, did you know Corpus Christi? And so we have a big festival that we want to talk about. Tell us about the Whooping Crane Festival.
Sure. It opens this week. The festival starts on Thursday and it runs through the weekend all the way through Sunday. And the festival is open to families, birders, photographers, basically anybody that loves nature, getting out into the outdoors. It's just a great opportunity to come out and see these birds. And we have a number of events coming up as part of the festival. There is, of course, the chance to take a boat up to the Aransas National Wildlife Refuge to see the whooping cranes. Nice. We have a number of other birding and boat tours. We have some van tours, a number of photography tips if you want to become a better photographer. And then in celebration of National Wine Day, we have a couple of wine events as well. There's a painting and wine tasting class, and then there's also a sunset wine and dolphin watching cruise as well as part of the festival.
Nice. I see, and I'm even from here, and I don't realize we have so many things like this available. That sounds like a great weekend, just to go every single day. Absolutely. So that's Thursday through Sunday?
Thursday through Sunday,
and it's
correct.
at the Civic Center?
It's at the Civic Center in Port Aransas, and we're expecting a good turnout. We have a number of speakers that are flying in from all over the country. We have representatives from Dallas Zoo, Houston Zoo, San Antonio Zoo, and world-renowned crane expert Dr. George Archibald from the International Crane Foundation.
Wow, so we take this very seriously, guys. There's a lot to learn, and you brought some really interesting props with you today. Tell me what we're looking at here.
I did. Okay, so first off, this is a whooping crane egg, and I should mention the cranes don't actually nest here in Texas. They nest in the very remote area of Canada, the Northwest Territories.
Really?
So this is where they hatch, and then the adults bring their young down here to Texas. And so you can't actually see them in Canada. You can only see them when you're here in Texas.
Interesting. So they're kind of undercover over there, and then they don't trust us with their babies. They have to take them to Canada and bring them back. Okay, that's so interesting.
That's the egg. This is a leg transmitter. Several of the birds in the population down here in Texas have transmitters on their legs that give us a better idea about the birds' migration patterns, where they stop over during migration, and then of course it allows them to track them when they're in Canada. And then this funny looking puppet right there, that is what biologists use to raise the whooping cranes that are released into the other populations, the ones that are in Louisiana and Wisconsin and Florida. They raise them in captivity. They actually wear a complete head to toe crane costume.
No way.
That disguises the human form, and the birds then don't imprint on their human caretakers. So
I mean, that's a lot of trouble to go through, but that's amazing
is.
and genuine for them to go all the way.
Yes.
Really commit to make sure that those babies are raised as best as they can be without the actual parent there.
Exactly, yes.
Interesting.
Yep.
And so how much, I mean, if you have this, what can you tell me about the migration? How long does it take them to come down from Canada, and where do they stop?
It takes, it's a good long, it's about 2,400 miles from Canada down here, and it takes anywhere from about 4 to 6 weeks for the birds to get down here. They start arriving about the end of October, and then they're here through April. So have a chance, even, we want you to come to the festival, obviously, but
Yes.
if you miss the festival, you'll still have a chance to take some boats out into the wildlife refuge, see the cranes. They're here through April. And in fact, in Port Aransas, we have 3 that have appeared at our nature reserves in Port Aransas recently. So we're pretty excited about that.
Amazing. So after April, we won't really see many whooping cranes around.
Correct. All of them migrate back up to Canada. They stop in several of the states along the way, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, but they're only there for just a little bit during their migration, and then they continue on back to Canada.
And in those states, do they anticipate this migration and make an event out of it the way that we are?
They don't, because it's so sporadic. They have no way of really knowing. They may only be there for a day or two, and they don't really know when they're going to come by.
Wow.
So that's why we're so lucky, because we know that they're going to come back here every year. So.
Well, I know I have a new appreciation for whooping cranes. I hope you do too. You can find more information at whoopingcranefestival.org. That's for birders, photographers, anyone who loves the outdoors. I got a new camera, and if I wasn't getting married this weekend, I would head out there and practice with my new camera, taking photos. That's Thursday through Sunday. There's painting, there's dolphin watching, there's wine, and everything you need to know about whooping cranes at the Port Aransas Civic Center. That's 710 West Avenue A. And what are the times?
The times, we are open from 9 to 5, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then on Sunday, 10 to 2.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome back anytime. We want to learn more.
Okay, great.
That was so fun.